I used to think Cinderella's stepmother was one of the worst villains possible, until I read her story in Cold Hearted. Cinderella's stepmother, Lady Tremaine, was not always evil. She was, however, always wealthy. She married the love of her life, had 2 kids, and was happy. And then he passed away, leaving her everything. She mourned for years, but eventually learned to live without. One day, a friend convinces her that it's time to move forward with her life, and it's okay to want to find happiness with another person. Her friend throws a huge party and introduces Lady Tremaine to Cinderella's father. They fall in love and are quickly married. He moves her and her girls far away to his estate. But when they get there, the promises of a comfortable, wealthy lifestyle are gone. It turns out that Cinderella's father had money at one point in time, but after the loss of his first wife, his wealth declined. He only kept up pretenses and his status by borrowing from the crown. He was in so deep that he was at risk of losing everything. So when he met Lady Tremaine, he saw her wealth as his way out. The moment they married, her wealth became his. He used it to pay back the crown, leaving them barely enough to live on. So any and all accommodations Lady Tremaine and her girls were used to were just gone. Cinderella's father set a new expectation. Since he had to let the staff go, he made his new wife and her children become it. They would now be expected to do all of the household chores for him and his daughter. He told Lady Tremaine that her daughters were ugly and should be servants anyway. His daughter, however, was beautiful and therefore exempt from servant chores. She was never to be told no and treated like a queen. Lady Tremaine tried talking to him, tried to figure this out, but he shut her down every time. He belittled and ridiculed her for everything she didn't do. Lady Tremaine and her girls had nowhere to go, so they stayed and suffered. Until one day when she had had enough. She spoke with her girls in secret and told them to pack their things. They were leaving. But the young child, Cinderella, overheard that conversation, and she didn't want her new family to leave. She told her father everything she heard. He was outraged. If Lady Tremaine left the marriage, it reflected poorly on him, and he could not risk that. So he locked them in their rooms. When all hope was lost, Lady Tremaine actually gets a visit from the Odd Sisters. They provided her with the means to make her husband meet an unfortunate end, and she took it. Finally free from this horrible man, she was still stuck with his daughter. She never forgave the spoiled Cinderella for eavesdropping that night. She became so cold-hearted and made sure Cinderella felt every bit of her pain.